Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Will Wyvern. Today I want to talk about Obsidian. I love Obsidian. We're going to talk about it, how you can use it in your magic, how you can use it in your life, what it can do for you. Now, first of all, let's talk about what Obsidian is. Some people call it a gem or a mineral. It's not. It's frozen, what I like to call frozen lava. It's hardened lava, magma from the ground, from deep in the earth. When it comes up, it cools, and it doesn't get crystally like other gems or other minerals do, and that's why it's so smooth and sharp. The edges are really sharp, and why it's so shiny, why it's so reflective. And our ancestors treasured obsidian. They used it for weapons, they used it for mirrors, they used it for tools, for cutting, for butchering animals, for all types of things, because it had the sharp edge and it was reflective and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful gift from the earth. It was something that came from the earth. It was lava. It's born out of fire. It's two of the main elements, fire and earth. And that's why even our ancestors knew it was magical. Even they knew there were some hidden properties or special properties. And today, when people use it in their magic, they use it for so many different things. Since it was used as a weapon by our ancestors, a lot of people like to associate it with protection. They take obsidian and they use it in tools of protection or items of protection. And that could be like small crystals they carry around. I know some people have like obsidian arrowheads that they carry with them. Warning, they are very sharp, so you got to watch out for that. But a lot of people use obsidian for the protection aspect. It's something they use on their altar to protect them while they're casting spells or working witchcraft, working magic. It's a symbol of protection. It's a symbol of defending yourself or going on the offensive and going after those who are trying to harm you or trying to cause you pain or injury. So obsidian is really good for protection, really good for taking care of yourself, protecting your space. That's why a lot of people may just have like a small pillar or a small item on their altar and they use it for protection. Another thing obsidian is really good for, and I really like to use it for, is divination. The ancient Aztecs, the Egyptians, they used obsidian for divining, for contacting the other world, for contacting their ancestors, for reading the future, for receiving messages from their gods or goddesses. When you look at obsidian, either an obsidian mirror or an obsidian ball, like everyone knows what a crystal ball is, clear glass, you look at it for divination purposes, try using an obsidian ball. When you look into obsidian ball or an obsidian mirror, you see darkness. You see the blackness. You see the purity. It's just the emptiness, and it helps your mind go where you want it to go. It helps you focus on what you want to focus on. It helps you eliminate everything around you, all the distractions around you, and you can just focus on contacting your gods or goddesses, contacting your ancestors, opening yourself to whatever messages may be out there. So obsidian balls, mirrors, they're really good for divination purposes. Something to have on your altar. If you haven't tried using an obsidian ball, I highly recommend it. You are going to find, for me, it works. Sometimes it works better than a crystal ball. I really like obsidian. The other thing a lot of people use obsidian for is their grounding techniques. If you've been in magic for any amount of time, you know you've heard about grounding. All witches understand the importance of grounding yourself before, during, and after rituals or ceremonies. before spell casting, just in your everyday life, when you need to be grounded, when you feel yourself being swept away and just in turmoil and just lost, it's always good to ground yourself. Now remember, obsidian is hardened lava. It's lava that comes from deep in the ground, comes up in a volcano or a crevice or whatever, and then it hardens into black obsidian. So when you're trying to ground yourself by holding onto a piece of obsidian, you're feeling yourself go back down into the earth. You're feeling yourself go back down. You're grounding yourself. You're finding peace, stability, calmness. And that's something obsidian is great for. If you have a rough day at work, if you have a rough day with your partner, your spouse, your children, your coworkers, just the day is just driving you crazy. Grabbing a piece of obsidian, sitting in a quiet space, and just staring at the obsidian, or just holding it tightly against your chest or against your forehead, and just let yourself be grounded. Let yourself feel deep down in the earth. Let yourself feel this earth surrounding you, the calmness, the peacefulness, the steadiness of the rock, of the hardness of the earth. That's what's good for grounding with obsidian. It's going to really help you. And just holding obsidian, if you go to a gem store or a metaphysical store or whatever, and you hold a piece of obsidian, you're going to feel a little bit of calmness. You're going to feel a little bit of peace. And that's part of grounding. And grounding is one of the first things that we need to learn as witches. You need to learn how to ground yourself. You need to learn how to be grounded. The other thing a lot of people like to use obsidian for is, again, divination, when you're trying to focus, grounding, protection. Those are all primary things. Something a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people, or what I've seen and heard, they like to use it for healing. Now, I haven't been successful using obsidian for healing. It doesn't really work for me. Gold works better. Quartz works really good. But a lot of people say obsidian works good because of the fire aspect of it. It helps to burn away that illness. It helps to burn away the impurities. Remember, fire is a cleansing element. Fire is good for burning away things or doing away with things. So a lot of people use obsidian for healing. And that could be as simple as holding a piece of obsidian, rotating it around your body, spinning it over the sore part, if your elbow or arthritis or your throat, anything like that. Obsidian, some people say it works really good for healing. And again, some things are going to work for some people and some things are not going to work for some people. So you have to experiment. You have to explore. Try using obsidian. Try using different items in your practice, because that's what's going to help you grow. Don't take my word for it. Don't take someone else's word for it on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. You need to try it for yourself. And obsidian is one of those things that I think if you try it, you're going to be very surprised and you're going to be very pleased. Find what obsidian works for you. Healing, divination, protection. Just look towards growing in your practice, trying new things, trying different things, and seeing what these items can do for you. Because that's how you grow. That's how your magic develops. That's how you develop as a witch. How you grow, how you learn. Don't just, stay stagnant. Always look for new items, new methods, new things to try. Obsidian is one of those great things. If you can get an obsidian mirror, try that for divination. Just hold that mirror down and stare at that mirror. Let everything go away. Let all the problems of the day go away. just all the turmoil in your life, just stare at that blackness of the obsidian and let yourself go. Let yourself go into it. Grounding, it's going to help you ground. Protection, all these things are really good for obsidian. So that's all I want to talk about today. I hope you try it. Experiment and explore. That's my motto. You've heard it 100 times. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. But obsidian is a great thing. It's cheap. You can get a really nice obsidian tower for not too expensive. Polished obsidian might be a little more expensive, but I think it's going to be a good investment. I think it's going to be a good reward on your money and your time. Work with it, practice with it. You're going to be impressed with what you find. I wish you the best. I wish you success. Don't be discouraged if it doesn't work. There are 100 other things out there to try, but I really hope you try obsidian. It's a gift from the earth. Fire, earth, two of the main elements. It's going to enhance your magic. I wish you success. I wish you blessings. And as always, thank you.